We're the hooligans, rebels with a cause, defying the chains of tyrannical laws. They try to silence us, shut down our voice, but we rise like warriors, we ain't got no choice. From the streets to the shadows, where hunted we flee, building our fortress where the brave run free. Hooligans alley, our stronghold, our flame, a spark in the dark where we stake our claim. Hooligans, stand tall, where the warriors breed, fighting for freedom, planting rebel seeds. In the face of death, we'll never bow down. Hooligans alley, we hold our ground. Captain Jeff Mac with the hooligan brand, battle gear blazing, he's taking command. With a heart full of fire and a will made of steel, he leads us to battle, makes the tyrants kneel. They block every platform, they censor our cries, but we shout even louder, let truth pierce the skies. In the alley we gather, our spirits won't break. For the soul of the free, there's too much at stake. Hooligans, stand tall, where the warriors breed, fighting for freedom, planting rebel seeds. In the face of death, we'll never bow down. Hooligans alley, we hold our ground. Through the smoke and the fire, we carve our way. With the hooligan banner, we seize the day. They can chase us, erase us, but we'll never fall. Captain Jeff's got our backs, we'll answer the call. From the ashes we rise, with the ashes we declare. Every scar that we bear is a roar and a grin. Every style leading free till the fight we began. Our fortress, our freedom forever.
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. We're going to be starting off with this first video titled, U.S. Actively Pursuing Third Oil Tanker Near Venezuela. We're going to take all their oil tankers. China's not happy about this. They're saying that this is like an act of war or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Then we got a video that's titled 60 Minutes Under Fire as Segment Pulled at Last Minute. Apparently 60 Minutes was going to be talking a bunch of shit about CECOT over in El Salvador, and then they pulled it right before it aired. I'm wondering if, you know, what happened with BBC is got them changing their mind. I wonder if they were going to do some deceitful editing, and they decided against it last second. Then we got a video that's titled Trump Administration Pauses 5 Wind Projects Off the East Coast, talking about wind turbines and stuff like that. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Get Some, and it's titled Klaus's Inner Monologue. Then getting back into the news, we got a video that's titled Epstein Survivors Demand Answers After DOJ Misses Full File Release Deadline. They are not happy with the files that have been released and stuff, and they're saying they also put other victims at risk. Then we got a video that's titled U.S. State Sues Gaming Platform Roblox Over Child Safety Risks. Seems like Roblox is always in the news. I don't know why they don't fix their moderation system. I guess maybe they like the bad stuff that's happening. I don't know. What are you supposed to think? Then we got, for the last little bit of the news, DHS is saying they're giving $3,000 to undocumented migrants, talking about illegals. But they got to self-deport, and they got to do it before the new year. $3,000 and a free plane ticket. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Who Threw, and it's titled Bam. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty, and it's titled Did You Find What You Were Looking For? All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Guessum? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Turbo? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Tin Man? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Too old to care? You were first today. Happy freedom to you, and I appreciate you racing to the chat, Too old to care. What's up, Kevin? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. What's up, AR16? What's up, Magic Moon? What's up, Slide Dog? What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Bill Clay? What's up, Cass? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom to you. Let me see, scrolling through. What's up, Giggling Spy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Major? Happy freedom. You hooligans are welcome to hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom, and thank you so much for continuing the membership program over there for 18 months. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, Southern Eagleman. Thank you so much. And what is up, everyone over on the Goof Tube? Maria, you were first today. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Agent O? What's up, Christine? Happy freedom. Sly Dog, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, EFO? What's up, Damon Walker? Happy freedom. What's up, Sassy Patriot? What's up, K-Walt? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Joe? What is your name? What's up, Bo? Happy freedom to you guys. What's up, E-Ro? Happy freedom to you. I think we got everybody. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we will be starting off with this first video. U.S. actively pursuing third oil tanker near Venezuela. And like I said, China is, they're all mad about this, but we don't listen to China, so whatever's whatever. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
It's been an extraordinarily dramatic weekend in the international waters off the coast of Venezuela as the U.S. works to intercept oil tankers. Now, on Sunday, there was a tanker called the Bella 1 that was headed to Venezuela. When the U.S. tried to board it, it essentially turned around and started fleeing into the Caribbean Sea, leading to what one U.S. official called an active pursuit. Now, the Bella 1 is covered by U.S. sanctions. The U.S. says that it was flying a false flag. They say that there's a warrant out for its seizure. Now, the status of the pursuit wasn't clear on Monday, but what one official said is the fact that it didn't head to Venezuela to load up on oil and is in fact sailing in the other direction still advances the objective of trying to cut off Venezuela's oil exports. And that has been President Trump's sort of initiative here, to try and cut off Venezuela's main economic lifeline as he increases this pressure campaign on Nicolas Maduro. Now, there have been two ships already that have been intercepted by the U.S. Just on Saturday, there was a ship called the Centuries, and we saw the Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem, tweet out video of a Coast Guard helicopter hovering over the deck as that ship was boarded. The question, of course, is what comes next. President Trump has said that there could be strikes on land in Venezuela, but so far he's stopped short of ordering those up.
Okay, so that's our little update there. We don't have the third ship yet, but we're working on it. They're saying that we're pursuing a third oil tanker that was on its way to Venezuela, but it fled. So, we're going to see about that. President Trump mentioned that when he was live a couple hours ago. We're going to get right into this next one. This next one is 60 Minutes Under Fire, a segment pulled at the last minute. And like I said, I think they were going to be misleading and maybe even do some deceptive editing, kind of like BBC did, apparently in that video that we covered last week. And so I wonder if 60 Minutes changed their mind last second because they didn't want a $2 billion lawsuit. Maybe. I don't know. And I think President Trump's already sued 60 Minutes. So, how many times they want to sign up for that? Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Well, CBS is under fire after 60 Minutes pulled a segment on the notorious El Salvador maximum security prison where the Trump administration has been sending hundreds of illegal immigrants earlier this year. Some within the network are now reportedly blasting the last-minute change, calling it a political decision. Our Nate Foy is live with the very latest on this story. Hi, Nate.
Hey, Aisha. The decision to postpone this 60 Minutes segment happened over the weekend, and a CBS spokesperson tells Fox News the piece needs additional reporting before airing. It's an investigation into El Salvador's maximum security prison known as CECOT. It's where the Trump administration sent hundreds of Venezuelan migrants accused of terrorism and gang membership. CBS advertised the story with interviews of deported migrants describing, quote, brutal and torturous conditions. But then just hours before airing Aisha, the show put out this message reading, quote, "The broadcast lineup for tonight's edition of 60 Minutes has been updated. Our report inside CECOT will air in a future broadcast." Now, the correspondent who did the story, Sharon Alfonsi, wrote an email to colleagues reviewed by the Wall Street Journal and claimed it was a political decision rather than an editorial one. She said if government officials need to be interviewed in every story they air, the network would effectively cede editorial control. The new editor-in-chief of CBS News, Barry Weiss, reportedly made the call to hold the story. President Donald Trump recently appeared on 60 Minutes after suing CBS for what he called deceptive editing in an interview with then presidential candidate, Vice President Kamala Harris. CBS's parent company, Paramount, settled for $16 million in July without admitting wrongdoing. The network hasn't shared when this investigation will air. Fox Digital reports that 60 Minutes privatized its preview of the segment on YouTube. According to the Wall Street Journal, Weiss addressed the 60 Minutes situation during this morning's editorial call, saying that she pulled the segment because it, quote, did not advance the ball. We'll send it back to you, Aisha.
Okay, Nate, thank you very much.
You got it.
Hey, everyone.
Okay. So like I said, I think they probably realize that if they put this out, they're going to end up in the same position that BBC is in right now. Because President Trump is suing the BBC because they put out a clip of him from J6, but they edited the footage to make it look like he said something or said things in a different order than what he actually said. And I'm wondering if they were doing the same thing with this. In 60 Minutes, they were going to be putting out a video that was going to be talking about CECOT, which is the supermax out in El Salvador. But then they released a message saying they needed additional reporting before they put it out, and then pulled it off the air. And like I said, I wonder if they were going to be misleading the public and maybe lying about what they found or whatever, and they didn't want another lawsuit, so they decided to maybe cut out some of that fake shit, and we'll see if they put it online. Either way, next up, Trump administration pauses 5 wind projects off the East Coast. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the 60-minute episode, I guess it was, being pulled, as well as us going after a third oil tanker. Thank you so much, Information Warlord, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Information Warlord. Thank you so much for the support. It says 60 Minutes didn't want to get sued. Happy freedom, hooligans. I think you're right. Happy freedom to you, and thank you so much, Information Warlord. Get some advice. Don't Google BBC. Another PSA from Get Some. You're right. Cosley, don't they know that all oil is our oil? They're finding out. They're getting it figured out. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, 60 minutes? That's a whole hour. An hour of lying. Totally care I wasn't really first. Someone was sleeping. I just commented first. That's how it works. That's how it goes. You just got to mark your spot. What's up, Major? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Snickle Fritz? Happy freedom to you. Snickle Fritz, whining and crying over drug traffickers, probably saying they're abused. Yeah, that's the Dems. That's how the Dems are. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom. Christine, China's mad. That's our oil. Yeah, they are. They're a little butthurt. They'll be okay. They'll be fine. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, next up we got Trump administration pauses 5 wind projects off the East Coast. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up real quick like. Klaus Daniels is going to sleep all day. He's been sleeping since Trump was on stage. Either way, hit that like button and let's get into this.
We begin this midday with breaking news. The Trump administration is pausing leases for 5 large-scale offshore wind projects under construction in the East Coast. One of the 5 is the Coastal Virginia Offshore Wind Project. That's a big one for Hampton Roads. Administration officials say the pause is due to unspecified national security risks, which have been identified by the Pentagon. They also say the pause is effective immediately. Dominion Energy is the utility that's leading this project. They sent us a statement moments ago that says, in part, stopping the Coastal Virginia offshore wind project for any length of time will threaten grid reliability for some of the nation's most important warfighting AI and civilian assets. It will also lead to energy inflation and threaten thousands of jobs. Go on to say the project has been more than 10 years in the works, involved with close coordination with the military. The project's 2 pilot turbines have been operating for 5 years without causing any impacts to national security, end quote. You'll find the full story with this statement on wavy.com.
Okay. Well, they're going to be shutting down those wind turbines and stuff. We covered a couple stories where they were saying like whales were dying or something. They think it had something to do with wind turbines. We got wind turbines here in Michigan. They were going to put them on the shoreline and it was going to give electricity to Wisconsin, even though we were going to have to look at it for the sunset. And we made some sort of deal, and so now it's like off on the farmlands and stuff. So if you're like going towards Ludington, you can see like 1 million red dots in the sky, and they're all wind turbines off into the distance. And like I said, the energy goes to Wisconsin. It doesn't even go to us, so I don't know. I don't know about any of that stuff, and I never hear anything good about wind turbines at all, so maybe this is a step in the right direction. Either way, next up we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Like I said, today it was provided by Get Some, and it's titled Klaus's Inner Monologue. Well, first we're going to hop in the chat. And once again, they were saying they're pausing 5 large wind farm projects. And they say that the pause is because of an unspecified, or maybe not but unspecified national security risks of sorts. And the pause happens immediately. So everything's just kind of stuck in limbo. Either way, like I said, reading through the chat, and we got our midlife break coming up next. Turbo, I just go outside naked, do the helicopter to charge my phone. I mean, that's all it takes, Turbo. You know, that's all it takes. My neighbors don't appreciate it. Guess those are not wind turbines. Those are all my fans. It's crazy because I used to deliver pizza, and I'd have to go to these farmlands sometime, and they'd have a big-ass wind turbine on it. And it's like standing next to a dinosaur. I've never had something so much bigger than me. And like the blades, when they come through, it vibrates the whole ground. I don't know how to explain it. It's not just startling. It's like frightening to have something so big and moving right next to you. And you're not going to get hit with the propellers, but your body thinks it's going to get hit. Like, it doesn't matter that you got eyeballs and shit. Being next to those big things while they're running is fucking weird. I've never experienced anything like it. Thank you so much, Gassum, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Gassum. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate you. It says, donate to the shark's recovery that may have choked on a fisherman. It sounds like sexy talk when you say it, Gassum. Thank you so much. What's up, Kung Fu? Happy freedom. What's up, Shroomish? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, try living next to some. I don't think I'd be able to. I can't relax the way it is. I couldn't imagine living next to where I'd be close enough to hear them. Bill Clay, those wind turbines kill birds. Yeah, I've heard that too. I haven't seen it for myself, but I've heard that a lot. Kevin, we sell extra power from the wind farm next door to the U.S. Yeah, I've heard that when we started doing tariffs, they were trying to tell us here in Michigan that we were going to have to pay more because some of our energy comes from Canada. I'm trying to think, Kevin. What do you guys call power? Don't you call it something else? I'm trying to think that girl I used to date. I'm trying to think what she used to call it, because they didn't call it electricity. They called it something else. Something I don't remember now. I don't remember what it was called, like hydro or something like that. And I never knew what the fuck she was talking about. And she's like, the electricity. I'm like, I don't understand. I can't remember. What's up, Jagula? Happy freedom. I'm underwater. Why are you saying that, Jagula? Don't be underwater. We'll teach you to swim. We all float down here. Hydro. Yeah, Kevin. Hydro. That sounds so much cooler than just saying power. We sound like rednecks out here. We're like, we got power. Not that kind of power. You guys put your hands down. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Colty? Happy freedom to you. Done. Just had to do surgery on a Blu-ray player. Kids pushed the tray in so many times the timing was way off. Temporarily fixed. Flip lid. Magnet is removable. There you go, Dutton. Kung Fu Power. Yeah, exactly. Done. I was stretching, I swear. Kevin, that's an Ontario saying. Oh, see, I didn't realize it was like a regional thing. Yeah, that makes sense. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Hair Juicer? When they go too fast, they explode. It's crazy. I've seen an AI video of that. I've never seen a real one, though. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, I guess they all were. Ghostly, they leak oil. They rust and stop working. They take more energy to make than they'll ever produce. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've never heard anything good about wind turbines. I guess we have a problem scrapping them. They don't break down very easily. So we're filling landfills like at a really high rate. Totally care. We have hydro. It comes from the dams. Yeah. We just don't call it that, though. We don't go, oh, the hydro's out. You know, like we don't. I've never heard an American say that. Elder Zoomer, what'd the fish say when it swam into the brick wall? Damn. That's right, Elder Zoomer. That's right. You hear that, Klaus Daniels? Yes, that was an all-age approved joke there. What is your name? Duran. Happy freedom to you, Duran. Yeah, we covered it a couple days ago. What's up, Huntin'? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us again. Yeah, we're still doing the thing. Most of the time we're being shadow banned over on the GoofTube, though. That's why everybody went to Rumble. All right, Hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Let's get this pulled up. This one was provided by Get Some. I don't know how he got Klaus's fatness just right, but I mean, he nailed it. All right, this is our midlife break. It was provided by Get Some, and it's titled Klaus's Inner Monologue.
Look, you hooligans think it's easy being the sidekick. It's not. If you have a problem, f*** off.
It's just like him. I mean, I didn't realize he had an accent and stuff, but it is just like him. It's just like him. Either way, getting back into the news here. Next up, we got Epstein survivors demand answers after DOJ misses full file release deadline. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, Hooligans, that we are going to be doing the Christmas unboxing on Christmas. I'm not going to post links and stuff because it's pretty much too late. There's no way you can send anything if you haven't already, because it ain't going to make it here by Christmas. So I'm not going to drop any links, but I do want to remind you guys we are going to be having fun on Christmas Day. We're doing an unboxing. I got a whole stack of things that you Hooligans sent me that we are going to be opening, and I got some funny little extra things that we're going to be doing. I'm already putting together funny videos and stuff. We're going to have a good time on Christmas, so make sure you come back on Christmas for the Christmas Day unboxing. Either way, getting back into the news, like I said, Epstein survivors are not happy with the documents that have been released so far, claiming that there was unnecessary redactions, but then there was also victim information that was exposed, putting these people in more danger. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommentTube, and let's get into this.
More and more people coming forward claiming to be victims of abuse at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein, many of them expressing concerns surrounding the current rollout of records from the Justice Department It comes as questions are being raised about the files that were released and then taken back. Scripps News senior national investigative correspondent Lori Jane Leha joins us live now from Denver. And Lori Jane, you've been following this since Friday when we were on the air live together. What are the victims now saying?
Well, Del, as you know, we've been receiving thousands of documents and records, audio clips, photographs, and decades-old reports to police agencies related to the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. These have been released by the Department of Justice, and the release started on Friday, as you said, with still tens of thousands of documents to be released. And as we've described, there are many things that have been provided with no context and a slew of reports and records with important names and words redacted. Well, now this group of women who said they were victimized by Jeffrey Epstein has issued a statement about this, expressing frustration. And they said what we received was riddled with abnormal and extreme redactions with no explanation. At the same time, numerous victim identities were left unredacted, causing real and immediate harm. Now, the statement went on to say there has been no guidance for survivors on how to locate materials pertaining to our own cases, nor have we been provided with copies of our own files, despite repeated requests. Now, there have been many questions swirling about whether some names and faces, particularly of men who may have had knowledge of Epstein's actions, will ever be revealed or if they have been intentionally concealed. So the Department of Justice issued a statement saying the Department of Justice is committed to transparency and redacting only what is legally required. The department is required by law to redact identifying information about the victims, minors, or potential victims, as well as privileged material. No redactions have been or will be made to protect famous individuals or politically exposed persons. However, there were some questions about one particular photo that appeared in the initial release to the public, but then disappeared and then reappeared. The photo shows a desk that has some photo frames in it and on it, including pictures of Donald Trump. The DOJ said this was pulled and then replaced online, quote, out of an abundance of caution. But after a review, it was determined there is no evidence that any Epstein victims are depicted in the photograph, and it has been reposted without any alteration or redaction. Well, the DOJ says there are still thousands of files still to come, and I can tell you, Del, we've been going through many of them again today.
Scripps News senior national investigative correspondent Lori Jane Leha for us live in Denver. Lori Jane, thank you.
Okay. They can't ever talk about these Epstein files without highlighting President Trump so much that the entire story just becomes about President Trump. It's supposed to be about the victims who wanted, the list of names and all that stuff. They wanted Marjorie Taylor Greene and whoever the other guy was. It was a Massey, maybe. They were supposed to go down on the House floor and say this list of names generated by the survivors, and that didn't work out because Marjorie Taylor Greene is leaving now. So the survivors were waiting for this information to come out, and it wasn't going to do anything. So, I'm sort of surprised that they were disappointed. But the things that they were listing, they were saying that there was extreme redactions, but also exposure of victim information causing danger. And then they turn around and say that the victims can't even get enough information for their own cases. Now, I don't know if that's because they're not hiring attorneys and stuff, because you got to file FOIAs and stuff. Like, you can't just call up the police and you're not getting information like that. You got to file paperwork, you got to spend money, you got to do a bunch of stuff like that to get documentation. So I don't know exactly why they can't get their information, but it could be because the documents were sealed as well. So they just became unsealed, but now there's all these redactions. So maybe, I don't know. The way this kind of feels from this perspective is like they released the files to get the public to shut the hell up, which we already know that. We already know that they released this information knowing that it was not going to lead to the arrest of a third party. They already said all of that stuff. So this information coming out really doesn't serve a purpose. It's not going to result in anything. And so they released it so the general public would shut the hell up. Well, now the survivors are saying that they can't even get information for their own cases. So now it kind of looks like, well, they know the survivors might actually have cases. They're not going to give them enough information to keep this in the news, to keep perpetuating this, whether it's deserved or not. The government is just like, yeah, we want to get the public to shut the hell up. And if we give you enough information for you to go take whoever to court, the public will never shut the hell up. So they gave enough for everyone to be quiet and look the other way and be satisfied. Here's 3,900 documents out of hundreds of thousands, they said. And they're like, here's enough, but not enough for you to bring this case forward and stuff. So the survivors are getting the thumb. Everybody else is supposed to just shut the hell up and not talk about it anymore. And we'll see if they release more documents. And that's about it, because this was never going to lead to any more arrests over the whole human trafficking situation, which is unfortunate, because that's what kind of President Trump was promising us when he was campaigning, is that they were going to release this information. He was stagger stepping, and I was mentioning that while he was campaigning. Everybody's pointing their finger at me, calling me an asshole and stuff because I didn't do every little thing that Trump said. And now here we are, and they're resisting against the information. Then they finally release the information, and for the second time, the information's been redacted, and unnecessarily, because the first time they released it, it was phase 1 of the Epstein files, but it was pages that were blacked out. It was crap that you couldn't read, and the information had already been released years before. So when it came out redacted, other people were releasing the information that was old but unredacted. That happened again here, where they were giving out pictures that have black squares over people's faces, but that information's already out there. People are now posting the same images that are not redacted. You can see who else is in the photo in a lot of these photos. And so it's a bunch of smoke and mirrors. It's to get everybody shut the hell up talking about it. It's not going to result in any arrests, and it doesn't sound like it's going to have any kind of resolution for the survivors of the Epstein situation. Either way, next up we have U.S. state sues gaming platform Roblox over child safety risks. And like I said, Roblox is constantly in the news because predators use it as a platform to communicate with children. Now, of course, we don't want a whole bunch of regulation. We need people to actually be parents. But at the same time, this U.S. state is suing them. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about all this Epstein stuff going on. Zero, this is the plan. Put it out redacted, and then people will scream and cry for unredacted, and it'll eventually come out unredacted. Yeah, but if you cry wolf enough times, people stop caring that you're crying wolf. So, like, maybe, I know that's what everybody was saying initially. They were like, well, Trump's acting like he don't want it, so the Democrats will demand it. And when the Democrats demand it, then everybody will want it, and the information will come out. And so we all waited to see, and the information came out, but it came out redacted. So now they got to take 2 steps back, and they keep doing this song and dance. People are going to stop paying attention. Like, how long are they going to keep claiming they're releasing Epstein documents? Because this is the second time they released it, and they released it censored. And so third time, is anyone going to even check? Has anybody even checked this stuff? Because I haven't. I haven't heard anybody even say they're going to look. When the first stuff dropped, everybody in the chat was saying they were going to look for it. They're like, I'm going to look at the files. I'm downloading them right now. I'm going to do this. Okay, round 2. Not one person has said, oh, I'm going to look at the files. No one. Because everybody's desensitized to the bullshit. So maybe it is true that they're playing these fucking games, like, hoping that the public will wake up. But I don't think so. I think with TikTok and shorts and reels and everything else shortening our attention span, I think it's less likely for people to even care about it if they keep stagger stepping everything. If they don't just do it, the public will forget. And it ain't waking anybody up if they don't care. So I don't know. I think sometimes there's strategy, and then other times I think people are just wishful thinking because what's happening doesn't make sense a lot of the times. Man, it boils down to orange man bad. All else, we don't care. Yeah, pretty much. That's how they do it. Like I said, every time they talk about this Epstein stuff, they just make it all about Trump. Like, Bill Clinton's not wearing a dress in that painting. You know, they don't even talk about that. They act like that's not even a thing. What's up, Matt Rogers? Happy freedom. Thank you so much, Information Warlord, for the $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. It says those files are worth billions right now. If they become public, they'll be worthless. Welcome to reality. You won't see them until most of the criminals in them are dead. Yeah, you're right, Information Warlord. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's not going to result in any arrests, unfortunately. Kung Fu, I already know there's evil out there. I don't waste my time looking for government evidence. Yeah, I just want arrests. I don't really care what those pages say or what the pictures show or the videos or the audio recordings or anything else that they have. I just want to see pedophiles and human traffickers, be held accountable. Oh, there's rumor the Epstein files are so bad they rescheduled weed to distract us. I don't know. The weed rescheduling thing really didn't even matter. I mean, it matters on their end. It matters on red tape side, but not on our side. To us, that didn't do anything. Done. The question is, are they going to protect the victims who are the big names that are being blackmailed? It doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound like they're interested in protecting the victims at all. They don't even acknowledge them. Do you even know any of the victims' names? You know, Lake and Riley, they put that as the headline of everything. Do you know any victims' names other than Virginia Goofrey or whatever her name is? You know, like I don't know. I feel like the whole deal's being handled kind of weird. Shroomish, the pic of Michael Jackson and Bill Clinton. The original picture has Michael Jackson's kid in it. So why the hell did they Photoshop them out? And who Photoshopped it? It's a little weird. Yeah, Shroomish. Well, and I'm trying to think. I saw something talking about the Michael Jackson photos. And it was saying something like he wasn't even hanging out with Epstein or something like that. Like Epstein came to a party or something and everybody took pictures and that's how it was. But like Michael Jackson wasn't even hanging out with them. And I said this earlier in the chat. I didn't say it out loud when we were live with Trump. But the Democrats are saying, you know who wasn't in the photos? And they say Diddy wasn't in the photos and Biden wasn't in the photos. But I think that neither of them were in the photos because, in my opinion, they might be competition to Epstein. And competition don't hang out with each other. Because it is kind of weird that Biden's not in the photos when you see all the other political people. And then you wonder why. And then you hear about the islands that Hunter goes to and stuff like that. And so then you kind of wonder if it's competition. And then the whole Diddy situation, you don't see other rappers at the Epstein stuff, but you do see Michael Jackson. So it's like, well, why wasn't Diddy there? And it's like, well, Diddy was probably competition too. So it's like, I don't know. It's just random thoughts rolling around. Cheeky Chops joining us over here on Rumble. What's up, Murdercom? Happy Freedom. Trump-class battleships. Yep, the Golden Fleet. They should have named it the Orange Fleet. That have just sent it home. What's up, Neil? Happy Freedom. What's up, Roxy? Happy Freedom to you. Christine, what did they expect and what did they want? I don't really know. I don't know. It's hard to say with the survivors of Epstein what they actually want. They want attention. I know that. But the whole deal with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Massey going to the House floor and reading the list of names, that seemed to be the big push that they wanted, and that's not going to happen anymore as far as I understand. So I don't know. They didn't want to be exposed is what they said in the video. And that's what happened, is what they're claiming. I don't know what your name is. We'll go with Howard. Happy Freedom to you. Matt Riders always thought Michael Jackson was a pedophile. Yeah, that's what I was always told when I was a kid. I don't know. He's a fucking weirdo. He was. J Spray Diddy was probably the supplier. Could have been. Well, and it's probably more incriminating to have all these people in the same room. You know, it's one thing to have clients and victims in the same location. It's another to have multiple, we'll call them regional managers in the same area, right? So you got Epstein, who's dealing with trafficking. You got Diddy, who was accused of trafficking. You got Biden, who lost 500,000 children somehow, somewhere, you know, and just doesn't do it. He doesn't know anything. And Hunter, he's got these islands tattooed on his back that are questionable. If you put them all in the same location, you had a bunch of pictures of them all hanging out together, and they're all having these kind of accusations. That's not going to look good, you know. So maybe as a security thing, maybe these people just were never together, you know, outside of like maybe telecommunications, because it was just too big of a risk. I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating. It's just just fun thoughts here. Anyways, moving forward. Like I said, U.S. state sues gaming platform Roblox over child safety risks. And this isn't the first time we've covered a video like this. Roblox is constantly on the news for kids communicating with adults. We covered a video not that long ago. It was like the, I don't know what the fuck it's called, the 467 group or some shit. I don't know, some online community that attacks children to the point where they want to smoke themselves and all this shit. A lot of that activity comes through fucking Roblox. Now, in this video, they're going to be giving us some details on how some of this moderation doesn't work like it should, and how that's a huge problem in all of this. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommentTube, and let's get into this.
The US state of Tennessee is taking online gaming platform Roblox to court. State attorneys claim the platform is putting profits above protecting children online.
Mother Allison Ragsdale used to let her 6-year-old son play Roblox because it's what everyone was doing, she says. But she soon started noticing things she did not like.
He'd be playing games where he'd be rolling a ball around and the ball would be getting bigger to score points, or climbing a ladder as up to the sky and up into the clouds, and it was fine. And then he'd get bored with that, move on to the next game, and then next thing I know, yeah, he's stabbing something.
Ragsdale says even after changing parental settings, strangers were still able to send messages to her son.
And the only reason at the time he couldn't chat with them is he didn't know how to use the keyboard on it.
She says it wasn't until a police officer told her about predatory cases involving the platform that she made the decision to take the game away.
And he had the biggest fit in the world because it was also really addictive, because no matter what kind of game he wanted to play, it was on there. So it really draws to the children.
So when Ragsdale learned the state of Tennessee is suing Roblox, alleging the company lured children into an environment it knew was dangerous while promising parents it was safe, in violation of the Tennessee Consumer Protection Act, she says it was comforting. Joel Silman plays Roblox with his daughter and says the platform can offer creative and developmental opportunities, but believes stronger protections are needed.
And transparency is clearly important. 2, the protection of children is clearly important, and I think it's okay to bring those two worlds together.
Roblox says it has safeguards in place to keep children safe. Ragsdale disagrees and says until those protections improve, her son will not be playing.
Is it safe to say until Roblox enhances the safety features, your son will not play this?
Absolutely not. No. And no child that enters my home will ever play it, even if they play it at home.
You guys making the Michael Jackson jokes in the chat is fucking smoking me. I wish it was Saturday. I'm not going to be able to read half that shit out loud. Either way, they're saying that, Roblox is in the news again for putting profit over safety is what the video is saying. They mention parental controls are not very effective, saying the communication with strangers can still happen even after being restricted. I don't know why they have such an issue doing this moderation stuff. It's been like a year that they're constantly in the news because children are either smoking themselves, hurting themselves, being kidnapped, or the parents are just finding out that they're communicating with weirdo adults, and it just happens over and over again. And now in this video they're saying that the moderation tools to block people, block chats, stuff like it don't even work right, that people can still communicate even when you have all the parental controls on, which is not good. That's not what you want. So I don't know, it's weird because we didn't have this stuff when we were kids. When we were kids, you couldn't really talk to strangers. I mean, unless you were dialing random phone numbers out of the phone book, which usually you did that for prank calls. You didn't really do that to meet new people. I mean, unless you were being abducted by a van that had free candy painted on the side of it, you know, you weren't really in a position to talk to strangers. You just fucking weren't. Unless somebody was exposing you to that. Now, it's kind of unavoidable because it's like if you got kids, your kids want to play games with their friends that they say at school, and you don't want to prevent your kid from hanging out on the game. It's supposed to be a harmless situation, but it ain't all children on the game, and that's where things get messy. And like I say, you know, all the time, kids don't need to be online. They just don't, because you wouldn't let your kids go hang out with strangers at a bar. It's worse if you let them hang out with strangers on the internet. And so it's a slippery slope, and it's because of the world we live in where everything has to have internet. Like everything has to have internet, and now everything with internet has to have AI, and it seems like we're losing control of everything. It's not good. Either way, next up we have the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. It's DHS saying they're going to give illegals 3,000 doll hairs if they self-deport before New Year's. They're calling it a holiday stipend. I don't know. These people are a lot nicer than I am. If I was president, you wouldn't be getting any doll hairs. You'd be getting kicked in the face, and you'd be sent back to your country, and that would be that. So I don't know. We're really nice, and they should take advantage of us being so nice here in the U.S. Either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Roblox not really standing up for kids from what this news is saying. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy freedom to you. Never let your buyer meet your supplier. Yeah, that's what I think they were doing. Guess Michael Jackson was invited to the Diddy party for diversity reasons. They needed one white dude. It's so funny. People are saying terrible things on Rumble. That's hilarious. Kung Fu, I had to go to Roblox AA. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're recovering, though. What's up, Otters? Happy freedom. Bill Clay, Chris Hansen should investigate. Yeah, Chris Hansen's awesome. Jagula, that game is AIDS. Yeah, from what I understand, Roblox is a game of mini games, and people can do, I don't know how they do it, but somehow they can build these mini games. Like, you have the ability to do it. You have like a sandbox mode, I guess, and you can build these games, and that's how the stuff is getting bad. Like, I see you guys talking about like the Charlie Kirk game where you gotta kill Charlie Kirk or whatever. That's how these games exist, is people are building these mini games and then everybody's joining them based on popularity on the internet and stuff like that, and a lot of it is meme related or current event related and stuff like that. And then that's also how you get crossovers, right? Because you got kids that are like teenagers, so every little thing that happens in the news is, depending on what it is, if it's housing and shit like that, they don't give a shit, right? Economy, they don't care about that. But like Charlie Kirk getting assassinated, well, that's a big deal to teenagers and shit, you know, because Charlie Kirk ran Turning Point USA, which speaks to the youth about being conservative and being patriotic and stuff like that. So they know about Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk gets shot. They're like, hey, let's make this trendy somehow. And then shit like that happens, right? Because as a teenager, you're rebellious. So, of course, your content's going to be more like Grand Theft Auto than it is in support of authority because they're teenagers and shit. At the same time of this happening, you got people who are in politics who are 40, 50-year-old liberals are cutting their wieners off and stuff, and they're the ones that put those kind of mini games together. Teenagers come in thinking it's something cool and trendy. Now you got 45-year-old weirdo liberals talking to 12-year-old kids on these Roblox mini games, and that's how the shit happens. It's grody. Total carry eating salmon and rice. Sounds healthy. What's up, Pickles? Happy freedom to you. Snarl, happy freedom to you. When is it bedtime at Michael Jackson's house? When the big hand is on the little hand. Out of all the jokes I saw, that's like the only one I can read. The rest of them are just, they're too good to be read out loud. Otters, why is Michael Jackson at Walmart? Because boys' pants were half off. I wish it was Saturday. It's so much. Oh my god, I can't believe I've never even heard these. Kevin Jackson was starting to speak out against the deep state in Hollywood before he died. Interesting. Yeah, I knew I was at the doctor's office. I'm trying to think what was happening. Oh, they were figuring out my stomach problems. And I remember sitting in the waiting room and they were like, Michael Jackson just died. And I was like, what the fuck? And like, the last thing I heard about Michael Jackson is he was like swinging Blanket off the balcony of a building or some shit. His kid named Blanket. And that was it. Other than that, they always said he was peeling his skin. And I don't know anything else about Michael Jackson. Not really. I know a little bit about him being younger, but I don't know. Full care cheesy rice with broccoli? That's pretty good. Duran, be a better parent? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is the ultimate answer. You don't want government regulation, but at the same time, if Roblox is going to have a game with communication, there needs to be moderation somehow. And if they have moderation tools that don't function correctly, that's an actual problem. Because if you're being a good parent, you could throw your kid off the game, right? But your kid's like, no, there's a moderation tool. Turn my chat off. Now I can't access communication with strangers. So they turn the chat off. Well, then the chat still functions, or there's a way around it, or whatever. That's an actual problem with the game, because you're already trying to be a good parent. You could just restrict them from the game altogether. But if they have moderation tools, it's to prevent that kind of stuff. We deal with this shit on Rumble. Every other platform has block. Rumble don't. Two people don't like each other on Rumble. The whole fucking chat has to listen to it because there's no block button. And then there's always that argument about free speech. Well, I don't care about that shit. I'd rather people not fucking bitch at each other, you know? And that's just me. I can't stand listening to people bitch about things that straight up don't fucking matter. But there's no block button on Rumble. So if people don't like each other, it's 25 minutes of watching people go at each other about shit that don't fucking matter, because they don't have that one feature, right? And that's the same kind of thing. You got a kid, they love the game, their friends play the game. Do you want to cut your kid off of the game? You know, especially when it has access to moderate, and then you moderate and it don't fucking work. Yeah, you got to cut your kid off at that point, but at the same time, the game is providing a faulty, service. So I don't know. I can kind of see both ways. Neil, you just got a monitor pop into who they're talking to? Yeah, absolutely. Got to do a little helicopter parenting. What's up, Parker? Happy freedom. What's up, Leroy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tar Kitty? Happy freedom. Tar Kitty, I said Glenn Beck was going to walk out with someone. Benny Johnson got it first. You should watch Glenn's speech, though. I'll see if I can get some time to do it. Are you talking about the Turning Point USA stuff? Parker, what is your take on all the people grifting Charlie Kirk situation? That's just what people do. People grift anything that's going on. Because it's sort of their job in a certain kind of light. Is that they need to sensationalize everything that happens in the news, one way or another. I like to just talk about what's going on in the news, but there's people who like to leverage it and get as many bucks out of it as they can. But to me, that a lot of that is deceitfulness and being fake, and I don't like being fake. I don't feel good about being fake. It's like lying. You do a bunch of lying and shit. I've said this before. If you do a bunch of lying, you walk around lying so people like you better, it don't make you like you, because that ain't you that they like. They like the fake you because you ain't being real. So you can't even feel good about yourself because the person that they tell you that they like so much ain't even the real you. So they just like your mask. So then you feel bad, even though you're surrounded by people giving you compliments. You got to be real. So that way, one, it'll sort itself out. People that don't like you, it's either you or it's them. If you're not hurting anybody else, it's them. And they don't have to like you, and that's fine. So it'll filter everything out. The people who stay around you are people who do like you. And when they say they like you, it makes you feel good because that's the real you. You're not being fake. And so I don't like being fake, and I don't like telling lies, and I don't like using gimmicks, and I don't like leveraging these talking points to sensationalize things that happen for the sake of creating an extra doll here. I don't like it. It won't make me feel good about myself, and that's what I care about. And so I see other people doing it. If they're successful at it, good for them, going out there and grifting the public and making their doll hairs or whatever. But that just ain't the life for me. I'm just not built like that, and it is what it is. J-Spray, it's okay if your kids are upset with you. Be a parent, not their friend. Yeah, and that's a big problem too, is people trying to be their kid's friend. Absolutely. All right, moving forward. Like I said, DHS offering 3,000 doll hairs for border crossers to self-deport before the new year. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick about our friend Larry. Our friend Larry has been in and out of the hospital quite a bit recently, and he's in need of a kidney transplant. I put together a page for him over on the website. It has his story, details, links, and he even made a GoFundMe. If there's any way you can help our friend Larry, please go check out his page over on the website. Let's get into this last little bit of the news here, and then we got the fun stuff coming up. Now, we were already offering these border crossers $1,000 and a free plane ride. Now we're offering them 3, and we're calling it a holiday stipend. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommentTube, and let's get into this.
This is a statement where Secretary Noem has announced that the Department for Homeland Security will give, and this is the quote from Fox and Friends, illegal migrants a $3,000 holiday stipend if they self-deport by December 31st. And I wanted to share a little bit more directly from the DHS website, saying that the Department of Homeland Security is continuing to deliver this holiday season on its promise to help illegal aliens in the United States return home. That is a quote directly from the DHS government website, saying illegal aliens who sign up to self-deport through the CBP Home app by the end of the year will receive a $3,000 stipend in addition to a free flight home. Secretary Noem speaking with Fox and Friends just a short time ago. Let's play that out.
Madam Secretary.
Well, it's home for the holidays season. So, not only are we returning those kiddos back to their families that Biden lost, we also are saying that if you voluntarily want to go home now to your country, if you're in this United States of America illegally, we will give you $3,000 through the holidays to send you home. We'll buy you a ticket, give you $3,000 to go home, and that includes people that have not been detained, maybe have interacted with us, are detained and don't have criminal charges against them. Yeah, raise your hand. We'll help you get home. We'll facilitate it, and you might get the chance to come back to this country the right way someday. If you wait until we interdict you and detain you and arrest you and have to deport you ourselves, you'll never get the chance to come back. So go on the CBP Home app and get the information, and we'll make sure you get home in time for Christmas.
So that was the quick soundbite from Secretary Noem making that announcement earlier today on Fox and Friends, saying that undocumented migrants who self-deport through the Home app by the end of the year will receive a $3,000 stipend in addition to a free flight home. We did want to share that with you. The Department of Homeland Security website also shares this, saying, quote, those illegal aliens who don't take advantage of this special offer today have only one alternative. They will be arrested, deported, and they will never be able to return to the United States. So
they're getting $3,000 of our money. They get a free plane ride home, and they get the opportunity to come back if they do it legally. What a deal. What a deal. They got like 2 weeks. Just go ahead and get out of the country. We'll give you all these free dollars. I don't know. I can't get into Canada, but I might be able to get into Mexico. If I cross the border, they're going to hand me $3,000 because I could use $3,000 right now. I mean, I don't know. How long does it take to get to Texas from here? We'll see if we can work something out. Either way, that is the last little bit of the news. We are going to get into the fun stuff. We will be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Who Threw, and it's titled Bam. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty, and it's titled Did You Find What You Were Looking For? All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about illegals getting this holiday stipend. 10-man illegals won't leave that easy. Yeah, I think you're right. That's fine. I don't want to give them $3,000 anyways. I'd rather ICE go picks them up and sends them home for free. They don't get anything. They get no money, no doll hairs. Guess $3,000 hairs, big bucks. Just curious, has anyone actually seen Turbo or Russell's ID? You getting ready to get deported? Guess Zero, they don't have any infrastructure in their homestead. They're not leaving. Yeah. I don't think so either. Matt Rogers, fuck paying them with our money, just kick them out. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, just kick them out. Yeah, Tulikir, you're right. They're originally getting 1K and now they're offered 3K if they leave before New Year's Day. Otters, I can't read that out loud, but that's funny. AR-16, whatever it takes to get them out. Yeah, I also wonder, are they actually leaving? Or are the Democrats stopping that too? They're like, yes, give them the $3,000, but then let them just go back to the house here in America they were staying in. Pickles, Biden bribed them to come here. Cost us a lot more than to pay $3K to ship them out. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Elder Zoomer, you're probably right. That's what I think too. They should just catch these guys and send them home. I don't know what offering them $3,000 is going to do. It's like having someone break into your house and they're loading your shit in a backpack and you're like, I'll give you $3,000 if you just leave. And they're like, I don't know, I kind of like what I got going on here. You just keep your $3,000. Is that a new lamp? Like, you know, I don't know. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. Colty, unless it's some sort of bait and switch plan to get them to go and then just snatch them and toss them out. Yeah, Colty, that's what I was thinking too. Offer them $3K, but then when they sign up for their $3K, just go arrest them. Just go pick them up and deport them. Don't give them shit. Just let them sign up for it. Like, what does it matter? What are they going to do? They going to call the police? They're not even here legally. Like, fuck them. The police lie to us all the damn time. You can't lie to them. Oh, you're precious illegals. What's up, Ghost? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Afro Man? Happy freedom to you. Afro Man, give me the damn 3K. I'm saying. Neil, I'm an illegal immigrant from Australia. Send me there for the holidays, please. I want to go to Australia and get $3,000. I'm saying. Roxy Ostrich Killers. What does that mean? Agent O, the Subaru would never make it to Texas. That Subaru can't hardly make it down the street. I'm going to have to get a saddle and ride Klaus to Texas. That's the only hope I got. Dan Walker, to go to Texas from Michigan would probably take you 3 or 4 days. I'm just saying, to get to the border would take you another day. I don't know. It's only 24 hours to drive to Florida from here. Probably make it in 2 days. What's up, Tim Mack? Happy freedom to you. Oh, I appreciate you, Damon Walker. Thank you for saying that. Jay Spray, the U.S. will give money to anyone other than citizens. Yeah, pretty much. Everybody gets special treatment other than us because we're the ones paying for everything. Why would we get special treatment? What's up, Sergeant Tripod? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. Otters, Trump mentioned Greenland today. I might want to move there if the job is right. Yeah, they appointed a governor. I can't think of what his name is. I want to say Larry something. I can't remember. It might not be Larry. They appointed someone as to be the somebody special of Greenland but it doesn't mean a whole lot because they haven't given us enough information to know what that position is for and what are they going to make that person do. But yeah, they did mention Greenland in the news again today. I just didn't add it into the schedule because, like I said, the message was so vague. They were like, hey, this one person that nobody knows is going to be the somebody special of Greenland, and we don't know what's going to happen next, so stay tuned. I was like, I'm not putting that on the fucking schedule. That doesn't even say anything. So I'm waiting to see if we can get some more details, maybe tomorrow. Otters, we already have bases all over it. Yeah. Every country's got a little bit of America in it. What's up, Hidu? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. Like I said, we're going to get into the fun stuff here. We're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee. You can send something to the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. No. This stink bug landed right on my keyboard. Hold on. Klaus, your friends. Jesus loves this. Oh, I also figured something else out, but let me move Klaus's friend really quick. Get up out of here, stink bug. You can't co-host. I don't care what Klaus told you. They're real, okay? Stink bugs are real. It's not a figment of Klaus's imagination. That's a real ass stink bug right there. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna make it. All right, go play. Go on. I got it. I got other stuff I gotta do, Mr. Stink Bug. Do the thing. Okay, so anyways, I was throwing trash away because you guys know I'm selling everything that I own. And whatever I can't sell, I'm pretty much trashing it because I need money to save my life. But while I was doing that, I found out that our Halloween Screaming Goat, right? This is Spooky Mac the goat here. Yes. Well, anyways, I found his box, and in it was a little book. And so Friday for our voice chat, we're going to read A Very Screaming Goat Halloween. Because I didn't realize there was actually a book in this. It's been sitting here for like over a year, and I just figured it out. So we got a new book to read for Friday's voice chat. So anyways, yeah, let's get into the fun stuff. Let's see what we get today from the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. What day are we on, hooligans? Day 23, because I think it was the Mysterious Stranger last time. I think so. Ugh. Day 23. What do we get, Klaus Daniels? What do you think it is? What is it? Stickers. I'm pretty sure we got stickers. Whoa. It's his. I've never seen the radioactive green poop emoji. That's a new one. I've never seen that. Why can't you focus, camera? Because I shake too much. Oh, God forbid the camera focuses. Either way, we got a nice little plethora of stickers here, and we even got dog meat on the stickers. I love that. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. Really appreciate you. Let's get into these funny videos really quick. This first one was provided by Who Through. You gotta just trust the science on this one. Like I said, this was provided by Who Through, and it's titled Bam.
Have you ever seen a corn pop? Look at this. Bam.
Bam. Getting into our official funny video of the day.
Really not sure what type of.
Hold on a second. Fucking fight me over this. This one was provided by Colty, and this is titled, Did You Find What You Were Looking For?
Really not sure what type of season should I get. So I get some of that badass shit, some of the good shit, some of the chicken shit. They got some special shit here. Sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Oh, no shit, they got it. Oh, shit, there we go. Really not sure what type of season should
I need to pick me up some of that aw shit. Well, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. I'm going to grab this link really quick. We're going to drop in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. Then we're going to be raiding now over on Rumble. We might play the game tonight because we got to get these 5 hours in of premium live streaming for the Premium Creator Program over on Rumble. I don't know if we're going to do it tonight or tomorrow, but we got to get through it because there's nothing to it but to do it. And we're going to have to do that. You will need to be an official hooligan over on Rumble, or you'll have to have Rumble Premium in order to watch us play the game. But that's why we play the game for the Premium Live. That way, if for whatever reason you can't be an official hooligan or you just don't want to pay for Rumble Premium, well, you're not missing anything important. We're just playing the game. So either way, it's my obligation. I got to do it as a premium creator. You're welcome to watch if you would like. Either way, there is the link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate would really appreciate it. You guys keep us running every day. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans there keeping the conversation going 24/7. We have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chat. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. All right, like I said, we're going to read through. We got the pledge coming up, and we're raiding out over on Rumble. Chase Break Corn Pop was a bad dude. It's been a long time since I've heard that. Matt Rogers, I hate stink bugs. They don't bother me for some reason. Stink bugs, stick bugs, praying mantis, don't bother me. Every other bug I can't stand it though. Freaks me out. But those bugs just don't bother me. I don't know why. Is there almost as bad as June bugs? See, I don't like June bugs. I think I don't know if they bite or what, but they pinch. They're not fun. I know that. What is this? Thank you so much, Sly Dog, for gifting a sub over on Rumble. You're a badass, Sly Dog. Thank you so much. If we had 100 hooligans over on Rumble, we're going to eat this scorpion jerky we got here. Beck Frank sent it to us. I don't know where she went. She just disappeared one day. But either way, we still got the hottest jerky that Australia has to offer. So if we hit 100 hooligans over on Rumble, I will burn my face off with this jerky. Don't get a great pic of Klaus in the Discord. I'll have to check it out. Toilet Care, watch the first episode of season 2 of Fallout. Is it good? I haven't seen the Fallout series yet because I don't want to pay for Amazon Prime just to watch that. I already can watch everything else on that platform. I just want to watch Fallout and I just don't want to pay for it. I don't mind paying for it, but I don't want to rent a whole platform just to watch that one thing. You do look at Klaus, the cute, vicious killer. He's like a big-ass teddy bear. Sly Dog Marco Rubio will likely negotiate Greenland for becoming our next state. Yeah, but Greenland doesn't want to be. Greenland doesn't want to be a part of the U.S. But we'll see what Rubio can come up with. Snarl, if Trump gets Greenland, what should we rename it? My vote is Mara Igloo. There you go. It'll be the 3rd White House we build. Otter's Fallout is awesome. See, I want to see it. Snarl, Groggins is funny. I just watched Vice Principals, and Groggins is in it, and he cracks me up. He is hilarious. Pickles, first season of Fallout was awesome. First episode of second season is promising. Well, I wish they'd put it out on DVD or Blu-ray or something so I could figure it out. Done. Jeff is afraid of ladybugs. Confirmed. Yes. They bite here. I don't know. People say that ladybugs don't bite. They do here. I don't know what that's about. But I used to be at this alternative ed when I was starting high school. And when I was in 9th grade, I had to go to this adult ed class because it was all, I don't know. It's a long story. But either way, we had to play softball as gym. That was our gym credit, was to go out and play softball for the last hour of the day. And everybody loved it, but they were all in their 20s and shit. I was like 15 or something like that. And so I fucking hated it. And we used to go out there and get ate up by these ladybugs. They'd bite you. It'd just be messing you up, so you'd have to like stand there doing this shit for a whole fucking hour to try and not be eaten alive by ladybugs. So yeah, I don't mess with ladybugs. I just don't. Thank you so much, Culty, for gifting a sub over on Rumble. You're a badass, Culty. Thank you so much. Snarl, have you seen Righteous Gemstones, another funny show with Groggins? I've seen, I think, one episode of the Righteous Gemstones. I want to see more, though. Groggins cracks me up. He was also in American Ultra. That's a really good movie, too. Matt Rogers, I've been sprayed by stink bugs. The smell is what I hate. We have them bad out here, even with having an exterminator. It's very hard to get rid of them. Interesting. I didn't know that, Matt Rogers. I can't really smell anything anyways, because whatever happened to me. But I've never smelt stink bugs, and Klaus don't kill them. He just, I don't know, fawns over them. He swoons for his stink bug friends. He doesn't kill them, though, so that's why they don't bother me. But yeah, if they were stinking up the house and doing that, then yeah, I wouldn't like them. Snarl, the Hateful Eight. Oh, he was in that too? I seen that, but I seen it in pieces, I think. I don't remember him being in the Hateful Eight, but I believe it. He's that kind of character. Merry Christmas to you, Culty. Neil, we should just start spinning a wheel of random ass countries to send them to. We kind of are. There's certain illegals that are not able to go back home because they have it's a special order, and I can't remember what it's called right off the top of my head, but some of them can't go back home from fear of death or some, extreme reason like that. And so there's like 11 alternative countries that accepted us to send illegals there, and one of them is like Uganda or something like that. So it's like, if they don't want to go back to the shithole that they came from, they can go to somebody else's shithole. So it is what it is. What's up, Opossum? Happy freedom to you. Roxy trying to figure out a way to keep the raccoons away but let the person eat. Well, I don't know the exact situation. We used to have raccoon issues up here. People in the country have to put their trash like in crates that have chicken wire and stuff, like that prevents their little hands from actually getting a hold of the trash. Otherwise, I don't know anybody that actually figured out a way to stop raccoons from doing things. They're smart, swift little fuckers. What's up, Andrew? Happy freedom. Matt Rogers, our German Shepherd eats them. Our Rottweiler won't go anywhere near them. Yeah, the sting bugs aren't dying here, so I think that's why I don't have so much of an issue. Thanks for being with us, Culty. Enjoy the rest of your night. Pickles, why are you gay? That video gets posted in the funny videos every once in a while. All right, hooligans, it's that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Let's rate out over on Rumble. It's a brand new week. So let's see who's live. Everybody's live. That's what I like to see. Now, I think Grim is still doing his Grimbus stuff. It is 10 days of Grimbus. I don't know if he just started or not, because the countdown has been weird on Rumble like all day. It says he's only been live for 2 minutes, but I can't believe that because I can't trust Rumble. That's just the way it is. It says that we've been live for 17 minutes, and I know we've been live longer than that. Either way, we're going to raid Mr. Grim Hollywood here. He's a hooligan himself, and like I said, he's doing this 12 days of Grimbus because he's a badass. So let's raid Grim. Make sure you hit that like button as soon as you land, and let's get raiding.
Oh, right on, man. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Entertain my ass. You got it. You got it. You got it. But hey, I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm hitting the gym. after Grimbus, and I'm hitting the gym hard, and I'm hitting it relentlessly, and I'm tapping into a fucking deep voodoo energy. I'm telling you. How you doing, Jeff Mack? Welcome in, Hooligans, baby. Playa, 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 please, playa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy freedom, Jeff Mack. Thank you very much for the raid. Hello, my Hooligans. Hello. What's up, Zoomer? What's up? For the love of Otter, Sly Dog, Pickles, playa, W Raid, yes, W Wade. Hooligans, happy freedom. Playa, playa, playa. Hello, 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 hello. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. Wow. I need you to have that energy. Yes, yes, yes. That's it. 2026, that's it, man. Oh, I'm turning into a monster. I'm turning into a monster. I'm coming at you like Mike Tyson playa. Peekaboo style. Uh-huh. How you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Much love, Otters. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like, hit that repost. Thank you very much, Jeff, for the raid. We are here in 12 days of 12-hour streams. That's right. 12 days of 12-hour streams. And we are on day 10. And you're witnessing the 3K from LA Grim Hollywood push to his limits and push the limits of a streaming marathon. I am going to get buff. Yeah, I'm going to get jacked, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. Tired of being the skinny guy. And also 3,003 years old like I am. That's right, 3,003, gang. I'm starting to feel it, man. I'm starting to feel it. So this might be the last hoorah for Grim Hollywood. Thank you, Sir Pickles, for the follow. Welcome in, everybody. We're here going through memes, and I was just talking about this, gang. I was saying that Mike Tyson in his prime would beat Muhammad Ali in his prime. Everybody always talks about Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson. Who would win in their prime, right? Mike Tyson would shred Muhammad Ali, prime to prime. Prime to prime. Everybody always talks about Muhammad Ali. He's so smart, such a smart fighter. You can't, when Mike Tyson's coming up at you like this, and you just can't escape him, and you can't hit him, what are you talking about? He just keeps approaching you like this. Well, you're gonna run out of stamina. It's insane. He hits harder than anybody. Watch these punches, man. Watch, like, he's just on a different. Mike Tyson is the greatest boxer of all time. Everybody talks about Muhammad Ali being the GOAT. Muhammad Ali, hardest knockout ever. Like, just insane. Top 5 most brutal knockouts. What's the best? Watch this. Watch this.
That's a change of plan.
Fantastic raid, you Hooligans. That is Grim Hollywood there, doing the thing. Like I said, day 10 of 12 days of Grimbus. Either way, we're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Thanks for being here, Zero. Thank you, Matt Rogers. You guys enjoy your night. Done. Apparently, I can't read time. It says 10 hours. Oh, he's 10 hours in? That's what I was saying. Rumble is doing something weird with the time right now for the live timers. I figured he didn't just start that live. That's what I was saying. It was telling me like 2 minutes. I was like, nah, he's been live. Done. Showing for me he's been on for 10 minutes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, that's what my timer's doing too. Like, if I refresh the page, it'll tell me a new time every time I refresh it. Happy freedom to you, MU, if I ain't already get you. Turbo dropping the boobs in the chat. Very nice. What's up, Post Malone? Happy freedom to you. Thank you, EFO. Appreciate you being with us. Yeah, Zero, it's not supposed to show that, though. It's not supposed to tell you how long you've been watching a live. It's supposed to tell you how long you've been in the live. I think we are good to go. Like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I really appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. You guys are fantastic. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Find you some good food, have fun, and be safe. I'm going to try and do the same and make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.